Hello friends, my name is Old Man Cloud. I upload daily Bazaar gameplay videos to my YouTube channel, and let's jump into a Vanessa run. Trying to get some runs and videos that are under an hour after playing Pig for a little bit. And Vanessa also in a great place to climb, and I got the Awuga skin, which is very exciting. Still on the lookout for the pirate ship board, but other than that, I'm happy with where my aesthetic game is at. I think Silencer is the only kind of potentially interesting item here. None of those were very good choices. Looks like we're going for some type of weapon spammy build early, with the potential of pivoting into one weapon build later on. I've done what I always do and just spent all the money on the first shop, but it was the shop that I was looking for in the weapon shop. Would love to see Fang here. One of the few items in the game with a 3-second cooldown. It's quite quick. Katana would be better with 2 seconds, but I'd settle for a small item with a 3-second cooldown to go next to Silencer.
Pathetic, as spineless as a jellyfish.
Never lucky. Upgrade. What do we want to upgrade? Definitely can make an argument for Cutlass. I think I'm going to go with our Silencer though. Adds a bit of damage. It can fit on the board in a... There's the 1 XP we need on day 1 or day 2, if we can take Rogue Scrapper. Silencer can work with obviously one weapon, or it can actually work pretty well with weapon spam builds as well, just for the bonus damage. So I think upgrading it there keeps our options open a little bit. Pretty sure this is the best board that we can put out. Don't like to see the regen, but like to see Mac in general this early, and we should be fine here. The regen is nasty, but this revolver hit, we might need a crit to get through the regen. We're going to need a crit, I think. Crit one time? One time? No. Ah, unlucky. I feel like a crit on any of the last 3 or 4 shots there would have been fine, but it happens. Regen is, of course, not what we want to see as a weapon spam Vanessa. That is what we want to see. So we want our quickest weapon to go to the left, buffed with Silencer, and we'll bring in Cutlass. Pet Rock doesn't give crit chance with Calico.
You've just taken the first step toward
so I don't think we upgrade Rock. Calico, I think, fits our board quite nicely, and a little bit of burst from the grenade is fine. Revolver's hitting pretty hard here with the addition of Silencer. Little bit of survivability. That's not a bad pickup. Pretty sure we can take Rogue Scrapper here, which will mean that we get to level 3 on day 2, which is a huge advantage. As weapon spam Vanessa, you really want to be getting as many weapons out as possible, as the name indicates. And so being able to do that with extra board space will be really nice. Pretty sure we should be fine here with Calico's crit chance scaling. It's already up to 90%, so critting nearly always and hitting pretty hard. And with Revolver hitting hard as well, we should be fine here. I'm slightly nervous. No, we're fine. We're fine. Good win to get for our XP. And a fine skill. I think we got to try for another fight. That's a good one to get. We've got our best board down. Let's see how we fare. I think we should be fine.
For the Storm Queens.
Your Cutlass would be great, my friend. Wonder if we should put Calico to the left with Silencer. Probably not when it's like going 7 seconds. It just scales its damage really nicely with double crit damage. Fine, I think we pick it up. Maybe? Actually, I think we don't. Let's keep our skill pool a bit more pure. But the main thing is we get a level up. Bit too late for bronze Langjon. But we can bring out now Grenade, and I think the Vesnes' Amulet would do us better than Pet Rock. Just with the additional crit chance across the board. It's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at Weapons Vendor. You're great. Take a Bolus upgrade. Sure, Bolus's days are numbered, but for the time being. And I think I prefer you to Amulet. This looks pretty good. I think we can get rid of the Langjon. At bronze, you really need that day 1. And nothing here is interesting. So I think we're in a decent place here. Like to see a Mac, and especially like to see a level 2 Mac.
It makes this more fun.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you.
Don't see any regen on the board. It's a cool chest. I think we're probably going to get you before your carpet gets to go off, is my guess of how this one's going to go down. Yeah, something like that. The burst from Grenade, really nice there. Would like to get a Grenade upgrade. One of the strongest early items in the game, I think, with how its damage scales with upgrades. Very important to get that win there. Not really interested in non-weapons, so I'm just going to take a tool. That's interesting. Don't think you can fit on the board now, but we'll hold on to you for the potential of reloading Grenade.
This time of year, don't you think?
No. Gonna roll because we do have things we can sell. Silence upgrade we definitely take. And that's it. The gold silencer, the pivot to... Pretty sure we can take you. With gold silence, the pivot to single weapon becomes very, very tempting. So we'll certainly be keeping an eye out for that. It's not the fastest weapon spam ever, and we do run out of ammo a bit here between Bolus. I think we're still going to be fine, right? We are very reliant on Revolver. Bolus, probably we want to replace with something that doesn't run out of ammo. That's one of the best skills in the game, so that's a phenomenal get.
Now this is how you win a war.
So the build is something like this. Actually, I think we might want to reload like this, even though you never really want to have a powder flask on the board as a weapon spam because it's so slow, it takes up a spot. I think skills can be really good for us. Upgrading Grenade could be really good for us. I think I'm going to go skills instead of the upgrade. And go for... We miss completely. What a whiff. Well, gambled and lost. Can't complain. Would have loved that Grenade upgrade in hindsight. Definitely want Katana. So Rock is gone, and I think Amulet is gone. And I think we're getting rid of Bolus here. So you're now our quickest item, so you go here. Maybe play it like this and just have the one grenade hit. It's just faster. Scales Calico faster. I think this is what we're about. We have good skills. Don't have any money to spend, so I'll just take some... Taking an extra 20 heal on Silencer, I think, is actually better than taking the regen here. With Katana going off so quickly, that's a fair bit of survivability, especially if we can get a Shadow Cloak or find another way to haste it. So it's an interesting way we have of countering other weapon finesses, like this. We've got some survivability, whereas their builds usually don't. This one does with very high max health and life preserver. They're also running a slow shovel and a repeater, which doesn't have great synergy. So let's see. We'll get them down the first time. The second time is going to be close, I think. We would love a Shark Claws to scale our board here. We need to get them before the shovel, I think. I think we're going to just lose. Yeah, rough loss. Life Preserver, strong early item. And once that we run out of ammo, we're just a bit slow. So the potential to pivot to a single weapon is certainly something I'm keeping an eye out. Crow's Nest would convince me to do that.
Gonna knock some sense into you.
Yeah, kind of surprised we lost that, but I guess it was a matter of life preserver and us just running out of steam a bit. We don't have anything too flashy on the board. It's just kind of a pretty typical weapon spammy build. And they did have an awful lot of health as well from their skill, so that probably contributed. We'll take you. I think we will put you on Katana, but we'll hold for the time being.
I'll help you find
Definitely taking Star Chart. Monkey is very tempting. I think it's just a bit too late. I'm going to roll in case I see something worth selling for. Shark Claws is that. I think we get rid of you and bring in you to the team.
Bring it back. I want you to be happy.
Even at bronze, it's the scaling we kind of desperately need. Now we really want to see a good skill like strength. Can't afford a roll at all. That's really unfortunate. Another whiff on skills really hurts. I'll take Artillery Spotter in case we pivot in that direction. And I think it's time to get rid of Bolus. Play it like this. With Shark Claws, we should be a lot stronger. Do want to... Maybe should have got rid of Grenade instead of Cutlass in hindsight. Shark Claws benefits from items that don't run out of ammo. Although we are reloading it at the moment. Ganjo can work, but it's a bit too slow for what we're trying to do here. Take the Star Chart event for some econ. And let's take 10 increased damage even though we have to pay for it on our Katana. Alright, another Vanessa, also level 5.
You should know.
Who is the more aggro? Hopefully they don't have massive health or life preserver. They do have decent health. Oh wow, they've got this build online very early. That's a very early lighthouse. I think we match up okay against this with our early aggressiveness. And they don't have any sustain really, so we take it, but just. They're going to be nasty late game. They've got a very strong burn build together with the skills as well. But they just don't match up well against our aggressiveness. Take a gamble on an item. Shark Ray can work, but I mean, we have good skills for it with Rigged. Rigged is a great skill with Shark Ray. Potentially a one weapon. Definitely need other support though. I'm going to hold it in the bag. Look for another fight. Great fight to get. Hopefully pick up the skill. Shark Ray, we would really need more haste to make Shark Ray work. But with Silencer and with Rigged and with Artillery Spotter, our build is kind of pushing us in that direction. I reckon we could probably get away with one more day of this weapon spammy build. After that, we're going to start to fall off very drastically. Although maybe that changes things a little bit. Play it like this. It certainly helps buff the revolver. That's it. That's our only other ammo item. I still think it's probably better than this combo, which has had its time. Yeah, don't love it, but it'll do for now. Not too interested in haste and shield. Really looking for a crow's nest to justify a pivot or a haster to bring out. I think we can take Infernal Envoy. Maybe not. Maybe better stick to Sabretooth. We're not very strong at the moment. I would love to see Shiny Fang as well. That would be a fun single weapon build. Yeah, Bronze Shark Claw scaling just isn't good enough for day 5. But it's the best we've got. Okay, Shiny Fang now will be coming on the board. And going there, because it effectively goes off 1.5 every 1.5 seconds. So we have one spot free. I think for the time being it plays like this. Doesn't look very good, does it? Shiny Fang single weapon build could work.
I have so much new stuff
There's the crow's nest. I think we make the pivot now. I think now is the time. Sell, 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 and sell. I think we're going with the Fang. Then let's bring in crow's nest, even though it's only bronze. It's just still really bad. Feels like this is the type of build where it should be able to work, but it just doesn't. And I don't think rowboat's what we're after at the moment either. Such a low cooldown multicaster. I think we, even with the free spot, even with the free room, I don't think we want to play you. You're good. Are you worth getting rid of 30 damage? Or do we play you in... You're probably better than Star Chart, right? Play it like this.
You're the only air breather I like.
And just pick up Life Preserver, I suppose.
Good as new.
Better than nothing.
Full sail, my boy.
And we want to upgrade our crow's nest for increased crit. Yeah, I think this is about as good as we can get. No interest in another weapon. We're committed to Fang, and we don't want to play Pearl because we want 5 or fewer items for artillery spotter. Alright, let's see how this goes. I don't think I've done a single weapon Fang run before, but certainly don't see any reason why it can't work. Shame we spent some buffs on our other items, but that's okay. Nasty Dually. Rigged. Oh, it's pretty nasty, this build. Well, we were. Have a feeling it might fall apart later game, but for the time being, let's enjoy it while we can. Ideally, don't want an active item over here on the right because it has a chance of stealing the early rigged buff, which I'd prefer go to Fang and Wheel. So we're on a lookout. Got to take a fight. While we're this strong, we're on the lookout for an item to the right that we can replace Life Preserver with. I think we're just the build works so well with rigged as well. Just getting off the ground so quickly. It's a chance of running out of steam because we have no scaling at all. We get through here, but we have a rough time against sustain builds like defensive pigs and regen max because we don't have scaling. You're gone. Got to take a look at weapon skills. There's so many great ones.
I mean,
Plus 15 damage is decent. Unlikely to get there, so I think we take the strength.
destroyed many Sphinxians.
We know we can take anyone here. I think we'll go after Enclave Weeper just to try to push our XP advantage as much as we can. So yeah, rigged going over the left makes a big difference. You're not perma-hasted, so we want Captain's Wheel to get upgraded. Your haste duration to get upgraded. That's not relevant to us, but we'll take your XP. It has great synergy with the Restorative Silencer as well. So I think with that in mind, we'll add 20 to the heal. So every time Fang goes off, we're healing for 100, which is really nice sustain. Goldie's very tempting, but with this very juicy 3-slot opening on the right, let's find something in the dig site. Some benefit is from haste, but they're both weapons, so we can't use them. It's just taunting me. You're cool. Late to get you. But you're certainly cool. I think I'm going to pick up the Cove. Worst case, we sell into it and can use it for a bit of econ. There's certainly better items that we could be playing here. It's not too shabby though. Benefits from the haste. It has a potential to steal the rigged buff, but that's okay.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Feels like we're fairly well placed here.
But if you insist...
One-tap build's certainly an issue, although it doesn't quite one-tap us, even with the crit. I guess they're relying on burn to get the rest of the job done, but I think we're a bit too nasty for that, hopefully. Or the crit might have saved them. Just didn't. Oh, they were scaling their crit chance with something, so I can't complain with this skill. So it was bound to crit, but we just get there. some of the extra health we picked up along the way with Finn visits saved us there. I think without Finn visits, we lose that. Has to be gumballs, I'm afraid, because I'm set on the weapon we've got, and gumballs have amazing synergy with our cove, which came pre-enchanted with the type of enchant you'd like to see on it as well. So if we can scale it, it will get pretty decent, I think. Priority is probably an upgrade to Captain's Wheel. Let's have a look.
People person. And sometimes I sell stuff.
Interesting shop, but nothing for us. And same goes for this one. That's a whiff. Definitely want to find a way to scale Shiny Fang's damage as well. Pretty sure we can take Radiant Corsair, unless the Spyglass hits Shiny Fang, which it didn't. It hit the wheel, I think. I like my chances here just because the shield counters his burn really well. So I don't think we actually need scaling damage. I think with the shield, we have heal to get back from the anchor hits. My big fear here is the Sandstorm getting to us before we can get to him if it combines with a roughly timed anchor hit, which it might here. I think we should still be fine with the lifesteal plus heal coming in. Yeah, we can take him. Only really interested in Fiery Rebirth, but the XP should ensure that we get to level 10 today, which is a big buff. Not interested in that. Problem being that we don't have many great enchant recipients. Tempting to take a look for Crow's Nest upgrade and Cove upgrade. In fact, I think I will.
You are amusing.
Never lucky. Interesting. There's a lot going on here. Shipwreck doesn't benefit Fang. It's so good in single weapon builds if you can get it to work. But it just doesn't work unless we pivot to Electric Eel's single weapon. It would be quite the pivot. We can afford them both. Immediately put an enchant on the eels. Problem is they're only silver. We'd give them multicast. So you'd play Eels, Shipwreck, Silencer, Crow's Nest. Give up on what we've got going here. What we've got going here is pretty good and will probably get us to 7 wins or something. I doubt it'll get us much further. But the last run I uploaded was Eels. So I think I'll try something a bit different rather than just running back the exact same run again. That would have been an amazing enchant on the Eels, but no way of knowing. I think I'm going to gamble with a Crow's Nest enchant. Just because critical is so good. That's not critical. When you crit haste one item for 4 seconds. Not the worst. I'm going to take a look for Silencer here. I should be buy-selling for Cove as well. Yeah, interesting. I think if all you cared about was going for 10 wins, pivoting to Eel's single weapon there was possibly the play, especially with the enchant coming up. But I want to have a different run to the previous one, and I'm not just about getting to 10 wins. I can be very happy with a fun 7 win run as well. So let's see if we can make this Fang work. They're going to bone me pretty hard. It's got to be said. But we have such great survivability with Fang plus Silencer. The problem is they're scaling and we're not. It's all about timing here. We really need to get a hit off. Really need to kill now, which we don't. We got so close. Come on, one time. Oh my goodness, how many times did we get them beneath 100 health? Super frustrating loss there. That makes me feel a bit disheartened with the choice not to pivot. Maybe Shiny Fang is already maxing out. That's a good upgrade.
Do you have to leave already?
No good. Interesting. We can make the Fang our friend and haste it whenever it gets used, so it's perma-hasted. But it's pretty much perma-hasted with Captain's Wheel anyway. Oh, and I guess we could then have used the item that gives friends multicast, but I think that's just too much.
Some engineers fix things.
Committing a bit too much. It's not a big upgrade, but we'll take it.
From Curio's junkyard.
Not interested in Star Chart, although I will buy sell for Cove, or sell buy in this case.
It saved my life once. You just never know.
Got to take the hard fight, continue pressing our XP. We need a way to scale Fang's damage. Shadowed Cloak would work really well, even though it seems like we don't need it with Wheel. What we're really after is the damage scaling. There's plenty of skills that could do it as well, I'm sure. Silence upgrade would help a little bit.
Is that even a battle?
The other option is I'm sure there's items we could put to the left that would help a lot.
Whole kingdom.
That's a decent get. That's a little bit of scaling with Captain's Wheel. So every time Captain's Wheel goes off effectively after the first time, it gains 5 damage. I think that's the best one there. We just need some scaling. As you saw from that previous fight, you just got to push the build over the line.
Really? I thought for sure you'd like
I think with any scaling, we would have won that fight.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains.
Nothing here. Got to pick up the tropical island, in which case you're gone.
I can feel
Do we ever play it on the board? No. Don't be silly. Okay. Bit of survivability coming from the stash now. Another gold rank Vanessa who has gotten their level 10 enchant.
You should know.
See how we go. We have a mix of survivability and aggression, which I quite like. Oh, this is a really cool slow shot glass build. I think they're going to roll us with the burst. Low. Come on. One time. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, they're super scary with how they're scaling. I ran a similar build to this before. Look at their shrimp. Yeah, shiny shot glasses. What a cool item. I wonder if they started with that and decided to build around it. And they picked up 2 Clemera. And yeah, they've got everything that they could want, really. I guess maybe they might want to pivot into a lighthouse. But yeah, cool build. Just not super well suited to go against our build, unfortunately for them. I have 0 money, or close to 0 money, so I'll take some Cove scaling. And we can start to see the benefits of our island here. And we got to try, don't we, for 1 shot, 1 kill? I think it would work really well with Shiny Fang. It wouldn't be a 1 shot, but it would increase its damage so much. Sniper rifle, we may lose to a crit, or it doesn't even get the chance to go off, which is always a good sign. Would love one of your skills or your silencer, please, my friend. 1 time. Oh, baby! So it's gonna have, but its increased cooldown is pretty irrelevant, to be honest. I mean, it's very relevant, but it's massively outclassed by the increased damage. So even at 3.4 seconds, this is incredible. Yeah. Yeah, really great get. I feel like the build was about to kind of max out, I think, where it could get us, but getting that skill has pushed us onwards. Try to preserve a bit more money. Still got this flex spot to the left that we absolutely could find something better for. Although Cove's getting up there. Got to take a fight. I fancy our chance against probably pretty much anyone. So let's see how we go now. It won't be quite as pew-pew-pewy, but it hits a lot harder. And the crits are far more impactful as well. And it's still scaling with Captain's Wheel. So yeah, that's a massive upgrade, despite the increased cooldown. Would be nice to get Silencer and Crow's Nest upgraded as well. We have to be in a good spot against Vanessa's here, I think. Problem is, as a small item, it gets blown out by a lot of freezes. So we need to be careful of that. I mean, there's not a huge amount we can do about it, really, but it's worth being cognizant of. Yeah, this looks so much better. So I think we definitely should get this to 7. Don't know about 10 just because of how susceptible it is to disruption. Mostly freeze, slow to a lesser extent. But I feel like it was a good decision now not to pivot into eels, so I'm happy about that. Although eels could work very well with one shot, one kill as well. Anyway, let's not think about it. We want to upgrade silencer, I'm pretty sure here. I think I care more about the reduced cooldown than I do about crit chance at the moment.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the
Bit of
quicker
damage
the
is a little
bite.
bonus as well. Cooldown but down to 3.1 seconds now, which is lovely. You can sell me a crow's nest, brother. Ooh.
Sell.
That's a tempting pivot, but it doesn't work with one shot, one kill. Increased cooldown by 50% is just too much. So no point thinking about that. You're certainly very tempting. Reduce the cooldown of Shiny Fang by 10%. You'd probably go twice relatively quickly. Is Cove really doing that much for us? Not really. Not really. It's a little bit of survivability. Let's try it. Let's try the Fanged Horse build. See how this fares for us. Definitely don't want to go against Void Golem. I'll take my chance against Property Baron. Fang down to 2.8, Fang down to 2.6. I think that's good enough to justify you, brother. Although we might lose here. Come on. Oh god. What is happening? Cooldown down to 2.3 in what was a pretty long fight. It's decent. Not amazing. You're cool, but not what we're doing. So to Horse or to Cove is the question. What is happening here? Before something goes horribly wrong, I'm going to quit to main menu. And make sure not to overwrite the run. I think, pretty sure if I click that play button before it changes to resume, I just start a new run. That's happened to me before. That's a pretty atrocious bug, to be honest, to be in the game. But anyway. I think for the time being, I'm going to play with Cove, but I'm going to keep an eye out for a Horsey upgrade.
Cast aside your death.
On cue. On cue. Well, I guess having said that, Cove is pretty good survivability. Horse is nice as well. Maybe if we get it to diamond, we can talk. If we get it to diamond, we can talk, okay? And especially if we also find a nice small item to go alongside it. For the time being, I'm going to stick with Cove. Has to be Gumballs, I'm afraid. For Cove buffing. I mean, Cove is getting up there. If we'd had it from the start, it would be scaled way better.
This is
But
how you win a war.
it's not terrible. Although the win con is clearly the Shiny Fang.
I am not prideful. I simply acknowledge the fact of my...
We haste a lot. We start with haste as well, so it's haste off the bat. There's better skills, but I think we'll take that for scaling our crit.
is wisdom.
Dooley.
Young war, Captain, but I've seen my
At least Dooley now is kind of playing different builds. That bugs have been changed, but this looks like bugs. No, oh no, it's the big bug. Are we quick enough? Come on, brother. Oh no, don't freeze me. Unhand me. Okay, we get in there, thankfully. Yeah, bugs, not as oppressive as they were, for sure, but I still have lingering bitterness. Lingering bitterness towards the bugs. We get to level 7. Looking for Crow's Nest. Wouldn't say no to Cove. These don't work for us. Gotta have a look. Especially with some buy-sell synergy.
So glad we could share this.
Not what we're looking for. But while I think of it, we'll buy-sell some alcohol.
But I'm glad you bought this.
And gotta take a chance. Pig. Some interesting stuff here. I think I'll take shipment for the buy-sell synergy and the chance of giving us something nice. Crypto is nice. Me in the game, not necessarily in real life. I'll steer clear of that one. You're an interesting chap, but only 1 ammo, and we'll hold on to you until your value's better. Don't think I'm going to reroll. Fang's still very nice. I think we've got enough oomph to beat Octopus. Streamline Weapon is really nice as well. Just constantly buffing Fang. Look at what an impactful buff that is. It's up to 471 now. That's fantastic. Don't know why I said that in such a weird way. Would have loved your slowing medium. Oh, I guess slowing medium items or increasing this, decreasing the cooldown medium items would have been nice, but not essential. Got it out in the end. Got to go loot. That's a sell if I ever saw it. Don't want any small items, so I will take chocolate bars. Of course, being small items themselves. I'm even going to pay for a bit more survivability here. Sea Shadow looking increasingly unlikely to make it onto the board. One day I'll play a Sea Shadow build. Take the XP. Cove is really getting up there now. Another Vanessa, level 13, so we've got a nice XP lead here, but you never know, and we get blown out by freeze. So we don't want to see elemental depth charge, that's for sure. There's an elemental depth charge. Gets the haste from rigged. They've got some busted skills. How quick can we get in? Not quick enough. Unfreeze! Okay, we get there. That was a little scary. But we had great survivability there from Silencer plus Cove. Cove doing work there. I think it was the burn that got them in the end. So we get to 8 with our single weapon Fang build. I've always known that it can work. Shiny single weapon Fang with the buff from 1 shot 1 kill is doing very, very nicely. That's a good upgrade. Thank you. Crit is right up there now. Really looking for the Cove. Not too interested in playing Sea Shadow anymore. In fact, I'll burn the boats. I'm going to pay for some more survivability. How did we get 42 regen? Oh, the island, of course. Of course it is the island. Such a cool item. And we'll upgrade... what will we upgrade here? Cove. Shield equal to 4 times its value. That's really nice scaling. But so is crit. Get your crit chance to 100. I think I'm actually going to get Fiery Cove upgraded because it's really doing work for us. And I feel like that we can always pick up crit from skills and things like that. And in fact, we're picking up crit whenever we haste it, so it gets to 100 very soon. So we actually don't really need to upgrade Crow's Nest. Nothing here is going to change our lives. Maybe your skill would be nice. Certainly not that. Island doing phenomenal work for us. And actually Cove, considering how late we got it, is also coming into its own here. Don't have any real ways to upgrade the build that much though, unfortunately, other than just scaling like we are here, and skills.
The tyrant's reach is
We've got most of the board on Diamond, no need to get Crow's Nest on Diamond. So yeah, it's really skills that we're looking for. You guys needed to look into the bounty notice more, I think. We'll take the wanted poster even though it's really only 1 XP. Cutlass is not what we're looking for. So much scaling.
Don't bother me again until you're serious.
More scaling from Streamline Weapon. I think that's the play.
All that bluster, she just leaves.
Another Vanessa. Still got a nice level advantage. It makes such a big difference. We've gotten lucky with a few extra fights. We've taken on the elite bosses and we've won all our AI fights, which is nice. Poison, Beach Ball. You hate to see Heavy Iceberg. That is absolutely one of the ways we get hard counted, I think. Yeah, no chance. No chance at all. Fair play. Said from the start that we struggle massively with disruption, and that's what happened there, and is decent chance to happen again. That's just the reality of the build, but 8 wins with it is still a really nice... That's a great get for... That's the best enchant for Crow's Nest. Definitely overriding the haste enchant here. Now we hit extremely hard. Still weak to disruption. If I was to get a Radiant enchant giver, it would be an interesting consideration of whether to put that on Fang or not. But anyway, our Fang hits extremely hard, but still gets frozen very easily. Lucky enchant for sure, though. Cove is getting up there, even though it's not doing a huge amount at this stage of the run in day 13. I mean, it's doing something. Trash Titan, wouldn't mind your... for 3 extra XP, I'm just going to take Octopus, even though the others had some good skills. Look at how much harder our Fang hits here, thanks to the Crow's Nest enchant. 1,000 every crit, 1,100 now, 1,200. Really strong. Definitely prefer rigged to go on Fang, but there's no way around that. We're not getting rid of Cove. More loot. Not what we want. And given how little ways we have to improve, I think we take the temporary boost over the excuse me, over the shield. Hello? Hello? Report bug? Hello? Let's make sure not to can our run. It's saying resume. I don't like that it pops straight up though. I'm paranoid. It's definitely saying resume, but we're definitely not on six wins. I'm scared. Gotta try. What else am I gonna do? Okay, we're fine. We're back in. Curio is great for buy sell, but Finns is great for silencer and a lot of max health. Can also buff burn, can also buff haste. I think I'm actually going to take the max health and buff to the heal of the silencer. Vanessa, no freeze. Fang hits super, super hard.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes
The sniper would be a tempting pivot, although we're probably stuck with Fang at this point. What are you cooking? That's a cool build. We're going to lose because it has disruption. That's a really cool build. I tried to get one of these off the ground myself. Oh, we came very close in the end. Tried to get a build very similar to this off the ground, but wasn't quite able to. Anyway, super fun, shiny Fang single weapon run. We don't think we did anything wrong. We got through to 8 wins, which is a good result in the Bazaar. We ran into disruption in the end, as you're very likely to do. But still super, super fun run. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe. I'm a tiny little channel. Every subscription helps and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.